This is the Badman Polo out of Queen City, Nevis. And you are listening to GQ, the man with the musical shoe. Big up.
Hey, it's that time again for the morning drive right here on Zoids at 96.1 where keeping you company at work, on your way to work, and those of you on vacation with the day's biggest hits. It's the At Work Network right here on Zoids at Radio from 6 to 11.
When the ECCB took the bold step to introduce Dcash, the people of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union were at the heart of this decision.
It's about creating opportunities.
It's about connecting family.
It's about linking friends.
It's about changing the way we do business.
It's about transforming lives.
A journey to a place where none have gone before will not be without its challenges.
But challenges will not deter us from our goal.
It's about me.
It's about you.
It's about all of us.
So join us and let's make history together.
Visit dcashec.com, that's DCASHEC.com for more information.
Farm care, that's my place. For all my pharmaceuticals, for my health care. Farm care, check them on 4th Street. They're the best I know, that's the only place to go.
And visit our Birdwalk branch at the Rams Shopping Complex for added convenience. Go online at farmcarerx.kn or facebook.com/farmcare to browse house brands such as Quality Choice and Puritan's Pride. Get health tips, learn about sales specials and much more. Farm Care, for your wellness, comfort and privacy.
At Nature's Discount, the herbal store on 4th Street, we provide herbal supplements for all your needs. Blood sugar, blood pressure, prostate, liver, heart, kidney, and more. Oils, pure herbal teas, wholesome vitamins, healthy foods, alkaline water, bodybuilding supplements, weight loss and sexual health supplements, even hair and body care products. We support the natural health of the whole family. Get healthy naturally. Call us at 662-5447. Like us on Facebook, Nature's Discount Nutrition Center. Your Get Healthy, Feel Wealthy people. Okay, 26 minutes, moving up. Well, yes, moving up to the hour. Let me say good morning to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, and especially good morning to Sergeant Henry in the studio with me this morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning, GQ. I'm fine, thank you.
All right, great. Now, as I understand, well, I asked before, our topic for today is speeding.
Yes.
So, over to you.
Okay, good morning again to our listeners. This morning I'll be talking about speed limit. And it's only 2 speed limits we have on the island, which is 20 miles per hour and 40 miles. 20 miles is when you're in a built-up area. This is where you have houses, school zones, and shopping malls. Non-built-up area is 40 miles, and this is on the outskirts of Bastille. Anybody driving at a greater speed than 20 miles in a 20-mile zone or 40 mile, it is considered as exceeding the speed limit. And here's where the police usually go out and assess the speed limit of drivers. And we have something that we call a radar. And this means radio detection and ranging. This is what we use to measure the speed of a driver. And it's operated like this. You have to collaborate it first to make sure it's working. So we don't just take up the radar and go out there and clock somebody. You have a fork where you either point it on a wall or whatever, and then you measure the speed from that. So when we go out there with our radar, we don't just take it up and go out there to clock persons. We collaborate it first before we go out. So I know people talking about the one on by the tunnel. It's a 20-mile zone. When you're coming from Bastia area, before you reach into Buckley's, on the right-hand side, or on your left-hand side if you're coming down, you have the 20-mile zone there. And that is 20 miles until you reach a 40-mile zone. So when the officers, they're doing the speed check, they are doing it correctly. It's not that because the free zone, it's 20 miles. Because remember, you're coming down into a built-up area. You're passing a built-up area and you're coming down. When you reach the tunnel, it's a built-up area. Because remember, you have shoppings, you have other things there. So 20 miles is there. And remember, speeding while driving is a choice, a negligent choice that can result in thousands of preventable deaths each year. So when you speed, you're likely to cause deaths. Because when you go greater than the speed limit, or some people drive as fast, it's harder for them to control the vehicle if they have to stop suddenly. Because you can't control the vehicle if you're going at a greater speed. If you have to stop suddenly, there's where you can cause an accident. So drive within the speed limit. Yes, you might say, oh, 20 miles is slow. Yes, but the thing is 20 miles is 20 miles. That is what was placed on the book. So you have to go with what was placed there. You cannot go above that. And if you go above that, maybe, okay, yes, some people are going to get away, some not going to get away. So, drive within the speed limit. And speed, number 39 of the Vehicles and Road Traffic Act, 15.06, it said, no person shall drive a motor vehicle of such class or description as is specified in the second schedule at a speed greater than the speed therein specified as the maximum speed at which a vehicle of that class or description may be driven on a particular class of road. Number 2, any person who acts in contravention of the provision of subsection 1 commits an offense and shall on summary conviction be liable to a fine not exceeding $2,000. So if you have $2,000 to throw away, you can go above the speed limit. If you don't, then drive within the speed limit. I don't know if you have any calls right now.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let's take our first call. Well, I thought we did. 465-2555-2555. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, morning.
Yeah, morning after.
Good morning.
Driving to Figit Bay, it's 40 miles per hour, correct?
You have a 20 miles and you have a 40 mile.
Well, that's what I'm coming to, because when you reach to the first roundabout, between the first roundabout and the second roundabout, you go on to 20.
Yes.
And it's not a area like where you're talking, maintain no shops around there.
But you have houses around there. Yes.
But you have houses along Figit Bay Road as well.
You have houses on both sides.
So that's why you're going up to 20?
Yes, sir. Remember, it's a built-up area. It doesn't have to be a supermarket or a shop. Houses.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Let's take another call. Good morning.
Good morning, GQ.
Good morning.
I'm calling with a question. Seeing as though hundreds of the vehicles we have here in St. Kitts Nevis are now brought in off of the Japanese market, and their speedometers are in kilometers, are we going to provide drivers with the kilometer conversion for the 20 miles and the 40 miles per hour?
Very good question. Thanks.
Okay, kilometers. I'm not sure, but I think kilometers is like 2 point something.
I think it's 2.2.
Right, per miles. So if you multiply that, if you're going 60, that is about 30 or 20 something.
Right.
So you multiply it by 2 to get the miles.
Yeah, something like that, yes. Let's take a next call. Good morning. I'll clarify that for you, Sergeant.
Yes, a pleasant good morning to you and the officer.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I must say thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
For the crossing in your ground, but I'd like to get the next one when you got time, please. By the church. But
by the
thank
church?
you. It doesn't start to slow down the traffic because they see something now. So thank you for the good work so far.
Okay, you're welcome.
God bless.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness! Thank you for your call, Mark. You made me smile this morning. We don't. Good morning, you're live.
Hello.
Hi,
Fire Office.
Can you turn down the volume on your listening device, and we'll bring you back up so we can hear you clearly. Greatly appreciated.
20 miles per hour is 32 kilometers. 40 miles per hour is 64 kilometers. It's right in the highway code. And if I'm driving my vehicle, which is kilometer, at 40 kilometers, I'm doing 25 miles. So you got to divide that by 1.6. And if I'm driving at 20 kilometers, I'm doing only 12 and a half miles. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And it's right in the highway code book, and I'm doing my driving lesson now for 27 years. So I could tell you that straight off the bat without looking in the book.
Okay, sir. Thank you for that.
You came with your back up, boy. You came with your back up. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Libert, good morning to you.
Yes,
and
yes.
Sergeant Henry, good
morning, sir.
Yes.
Sergeant Henry, I have two questions, yet I would hope that you could entertain. One is about the ambulance, the other, fire engine, fire trucks, as they are known to be. These vehicles are emergency vehicles. The emergency vehicle without the flashlight and the siren. Do they have the right to run on the opposite side of the road without siren to indicate the going traffic that they are coming? Because if that is the case, then yesterday on Kim Collins Highway, going towards the airport, I only discovered the light of flashing, so I pull off the road on the grass to the side of the road. There were no sirens, and there were vehicles traveling in the same direction on the right side, on the correct side that they should drive, but there were no sirens. The lights were flashing, and traffic was flowing normal. I personally feel like, yes, they had the right to do that, but in the same tone, they should have had a siren to indicate the going traffic the same direction if they're going to slow down or stop. That wasn't so. And if you all are the one who at least makes the road safe, the traffic department, the St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force Department of Traffic, make the road safe. It is unfortunate that almost every week people call in to speak about these lines, lanes, the signs in the road. And the following week, you all come back on the radio station and make no mention whether you all are looking about getting it done. There are something why it hasn't been done, the material, the paint, workman, etc. No follow-up. And every week, everybody keeps saying, those who do remember, they have said before and said the next week, etc. But you all don't come back on the radio and say, okay, we're going to be getting it done. The material is not there. Something happened why it hasn't been done. Say something about what is taking place that people call and ask you all to do for such a long time now. Make people feel comfortable at all. You're making an effort to get it done. You take care and have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir. I said we were looking into it. I don't know if you remember. I said we will look into it. When they talk about the marking, the lines in the road. I don't know if you remember that. But I said that.
Okay. I know he's listening. And for the record, go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
With the, what he said, the ambulance or the fire truck?
The ambulance.
Well, I can't say why they were just flashing the light. I don't know if the siren was working. I cannot speak on that. I can check it out, but I don't know.
Here's a question for you. That's what I'm going to say. I was going to ask you a while ago. I've spoken to one or two of the guys working on the EMS. There are incidents where, or cases, I should say, situations where they would not have to use their siren, but they can use the flashers for other emergencies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once the flashes is, if you alert with the flashes, that means you're supposed to pull over.
Regardless.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not
it's
every
an emergency vehicle.
Right. No, I know our friend calling a while ago about the
lights.
No, not the lights. The conversion code.
Oh.
For the number is 1.609.
Okay.
So you divide that by whatever.
Whatever you're going.
Whatever you're going. So if
Yes.
you're going 40, you divide that by 609. Right? Just in case you're wondering what the conversion number is. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
Hey, GQ, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, man.
Hey, man, officer, I hope you're doing well. I have a question and a concern. Years ago, the hospital entrance was on the road side coming up to the cable heading.
Virgin Newton Street.
Virgin Newton Street. I'm
Yes,
glad
sir.
you know the name. Today, the entrance to the hospital is opposite the Bowies or Bottling Company.
Yes, sir.
But to date, the Virgin Newton Street is maintained as a one-way. You can't come down the road, you have to go across. What is the reason why of today, or in the past, with all the changes, that road haven't been changed to allow traffic up and down?
It's not a one-way. You can come down and up. When you come down,
If I'm coming up...
you cannot go on the main road.
Okay, so why can't I go down to go to the main road?
I can't answer that, sir. I can't answer that.
But you realize in all honesty, or as you look at it, it really doesn't make any sense to maintain it like that. Because you're preventing people who are trying to get out from the hospital or from in whatever. I don't want to say a rush. They have to go across the road when they could simply come down. That's not fair. I think people need to, you guys need to revisit that road.
All right, thanks,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Thanks. In a case like that, that's something that the law can
The
do
licensing
with.
authority will have to go and check
Okay.
it, look at that, into it.
So that would be something you have to take to Parliament or
Well, the
House?
commissioner,
Mhm.
remember the commissioner is the licensing authority.
Oh yes. Oh, so he will supersede. Oh,
Yeah, but it's just that you can't go on the main road, but you can go up and down on that road. But you can't go on the main road from there.
Yeah, I
You have to
understand.
turn to the last.
I've always wondered why though. But like you said, you don't know why.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I met it that way, so I don't know. I can find out. As he said, the ambulance used to come up there.
Right. So, in a case like that, now that you know that, what would be the process going forward? Would you have a conversation with the commissioner, or you'll have to write
The
a
person in
report?
charge, I can carry it back to my supervisor, and then she can have a conversation with him.
Okay. Let's take this call. Good morning. You are live and lively.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Sergeant Henry.
Morning.
And how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Amen. Sergeant Henry, could you please give me some update of what I'm speaking about week after week concerning the corner on Beach Allen Primary right there by the pub in Taylor's Village, right there in the corner where I'm living? Could you please give me some update? Because I'm not seeing anything going on. Right now I'm looking through my windows and I see people walking, coming down the street, and they have to walk and hold on the wire. Because this junction here, it's very narrow, which you know that. And two cars forcing themselves down. And then the person that is walking there have to go up on the little side wall and hold on to the wire. Could you please give me some update what is going to happen, or if anything in place? Because Miss Henry, God forbid, we're going to pick up a body. Thank you.
I don't think we're going to reach that far. Right now we are out of mirrors. I have to talk to the person in charge of Public Works about the speed bump that you spoke of. Because remember, Public Works is the one who is in charge of road. So I have to talk to them and they'll have to assess the situation before they go about doing a speed bump that you spoke of, because of how the traffic does come across there. It's not that they just have to go and just do it. They have to assess the situation.
All right. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning. You're live. Hey.
Yeah, good morning, Sergeant.
Yes.
Good morning.
Now, I want to commend the traffic department, especially on the stoplight them. I believe that was something good in the making, especially the one there by Rams and the one there by College Street God. The traffic more control in tongue better, and these guys who just drive speed up and try to beat the light and all these things, I see that now, he cut down a little now. Because I ain't tongue every day, and I just really absorb the traffic and see what's really going on. People was making a lot of noise when the Lord was going on how we done this and how we done that. But I think it worked out very good for with the pedestrians and those who drive in. Work out very good because in town, and I believe town you're supposed to get a certain speed limit to drive in town. Some people want to drive in town like they're on a highway. So I just want to commend the traffic department, and especially the department coming back towards them with the block off. I believe that is a good idea. So you all continue to do what you got to do. People will criticize the people with the things, but we out there see, and we see the good from the bad. You have a wonderful day. God bless.
Thank you, caller, for your call. Some people just don't like to adapt to changes. When changes come, we have to adapt to it.
Okay, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
GQ and Sergeant Henry.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, with fairness to the ambulance driver, sometimes it depends on the situation that they have on board, that they shouldn't are not allowed to use the siren. So, the once person see the ambulance coming with the flashing light, that is enough for them to pull over and give way to the ambulance. Because of the nature of the case sometimes we're dealing with, they cannot use the siren.
Okay, so.
Greatly appreciated, man. Greatly appreciated. You know, because sometimes, I mean, I live here, and sometimes you see them pass, and it look like they're breaking the law, and you hear people on this side saying, but they even got on this siren, and they're doing this, and they're doing that.
That's when they don't have an emergency case, they wait. Because I said more than once.
But the impression that I'm getting, though, if the sound means it's an emergency.
Yeah.
If there's no sound, then there's no emergency. That's not necessarily the case, so. Good morning.
GQ, good morning.
Yes, Jamdam.
And good morning, Sophia.
Good morning, Jamdam.
GQ.
Yes, brother.
I want to congratulate politics, where he just said, just now, you see some sort of control, but still some fine-tuning. You are going to go on the dial, the band, and fine-tune. I want to talk about the guy who speak about the road here. Virgin Road up the village. He's so true. The lady over there by the school, well, that one there need to look at very seriously, Sarge. Somebody gonna get hurt. I see it many times. And the drivers that we got, they don't look out for one another, and that is a big problem. Have a good day. This is Jamdong speaking.
All right, Jamdong. Thanks for your input. Any response? Oh, you're okay with that?
I'll just look, as I said, be looking into it. I'll go back to Public Works and I'll talk to Mr. Gilbert about it.
Okay.
And maybe by next time I come on the air, I'll be able to say something about it.
Okay, great. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning. Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, that road there by the hospital, what's it called? You said Virgil Newton?
Virgil Newton Street.
Right. Why can't the ambulance, because it's an emergency vehicle, use that street to go towards the highway, F.T. Williams Highway? Just clear it and just say for emergency vehicles only. And similarly, where the ambulances are parked at the hospital, normally it might be more convenient for it to use the exit by Barclay Company under, of course, sirens and flashing lights and so on. You know, allow them, especially if they're going westward, instead of having to go east and then go back west. It is just an observation. I said they are emergency vehicles and there are exceptions in the law for the use of, certain roads and so on when they want to get to a place pretty quickly. So it's just some observations I've noticed. Towards the F.T. Williams Highway, you go straight up Virgin Newton Street and exit onto the highway, and that's just for emergency vehicles only. And the police station too, there's a police station close by. If they want to get that way onto the highway, they use it. And similarly by Barclay Company to go west, let them exit from the road, the main road there from the
entrance.
Company, yeah, the entrance, instead of going all the way to the east and then coming back. Thank you.
Okay. You said go up on Virginia Street and go up on the highway, but then you have to go on the small street. That's Lagweed.
Well, from listening to him,
mean you go straight over by the cable building.
from listening to him, but it seems as though he's implying or proposing that, you know, a road be built between there, go straight up. But I know behind there is the cable.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
And then you can leave from there to go on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember the traffic can be traveling at that speed.
Mm-hmm. So that might not be appropriate.
That's why they block it off too.
Right, right.
Because
Okay.
even part the, what do they call it? By the cotton house, where they used to call cotton house, where the,
Yeah, yeah.
right, they are block off so you can't go out on the highway there, so.
Yes, yes, you're right. Well, from that end, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, from that end. Right. Okay, let's go back to the phone line. Good morning. Hello? Yes, man, go ahead.
Yeah, I have something concerning the ambulance system. Now, you're saying, people is saying that once the ambulance flashes on, you mean that they should pull over, right? Now, this is what happened the other day. The ambulance was behind me, going through a Kayan, going out of Kayan, and then the girl tell me, the ambulance behind you. So I say, I'm aware of that. She said, well, pull over the ambulance fast. I say, well, you realize that the ambulance does have a siren. He said, well, it flashes on. I say, okay, I'm going to pull over and show you that the ambulance ain't going nowhere. This is what they always do, and this is what they need to stop. Now, when I pull over, let the ambulance to pass. The ambulance pass went in front of me. And with that, the ambulance in front of me all the way coming to Bar State. No other speed, none at all. When I go into Keys, the ambulance still in front of me all the way going. I end up past the ambulance going across by this Crusher region. Now, I'm simply saying, if the ambulance does not have an emergency, I do not think the ambulance should be driving with any flashes on unless there's an emergency. Because some of the time, some of the drivers then use the flashes if they're late to go probably home to pick up something or they, forget something or they don't hear today. So I don't think that they should be driving with the flashes on unless there's an emergency. It's just like the police vehicles. They're patrolling at night, and every time they're patrolling at night, they have on these bright flashes. I mean, you cannot, if a thief going in our house, you let the thief to know, yo, I'm coming, because my flashes them on. When we're patrolling, you turn off your flashes. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why things should be happening. Anyway, thank you.
Okay, sir. But you could also deter a thief from going in the house with the flashes. Yeah, you can also deter because once you see the flashes, the police is coming. So if you was going to do something, then it could deter you from doing whatever.
Right. And to his point, I understand the situation and you're talking about what you experienced. But based on what, I'm hoping I can call his name, Mr. Hendrickson, who called in a while ago. He indicated that there are cases, situations where
they can't use the siren.
And not only that, based on what's happening, they're not allowed to drive fast either, based on what's happening with the patient inside of it. So, yes, they might be not moving fast, but that does not mean that it is not an emergency. Mind you, I understand, I live here, sometimes we see the guys, them doing as they please, and I'm not saying that what you're seeing or what you see happen to you is not so. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we gotta give them the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. That's all.
Because we can't say we're not in there with them.
Yeah, we can't say. We're gonna wrap it up there for now. Next week we'll be back, same time, same place to do it all over again.
I just want to remind the general public or the motorists that the road by Fisherman's Wharf going to Hotel or Fort Thomas Hotel
in the back area
is a one-way. You cannot drive. Yes,
it's a one-way.
The signs are up saying no entry from the Fisherman's Wharf end. If you're going around that area have to come from OTI area and come down.
Okay.
Because as we know, the seaside, the southern side of the road is undermining. So we have to make it a one-way. So we don't want no vehicle traveling on the southern side.
Mm-hmm. Get you.
Right, so please adhere to that. The last time I spoke about it, somebody said, oh, well, we're trying to disrupt whatever. It's not that. We're looking out for persons' well-being.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we made it a one-way. Because God forbid, if you go around there and something happen, you're not going to hear the end of it.
Oh, why they didn't stop people from going around
That's the thing.
there? Why they didn't put up signs? Oh, the signs them small. The signs them ain't big enough.
Well, it's 2 wooden signs across the saying no entry.
I apologize. I don't mean to laugh.
No, but the 2 wooden signs, and they have reflectors on them. So even if you're going around there in the night, you must see them.
You mean you hope they will see them?
No, you must, because the reflectors is on.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And we drive on our left here. So if something's on the left, that means something's obstructing you. For you to go over on your right.
It's a late moment, sadly.
Yes, I know. Okay, so I'll see you all next week. Same time, same place.
All right, man. And thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. On 9 o'clock report is up next.
Speeding is the main cause of plenty mishaps.